Alright everybody, welcome back. This is part 3, the NFL part, and this is more of a prediction. What do we see happening? Draft picks, contracts, players who are going to really shine and develop. A little bit of fantasy football mixed in, and this one will be a little shorter than the other videos, but let's start off first and foremost what everybody's talking about, and we're going to maybe make some things a little bit clearer for people that might be a little mad at this topic. It's Colin Kaepernick. It is a $120 million contract.
Yeah, $121 million.
$61 million guaranteed. $61 million guaranteed. Now, that right there is monumental. It's huge. I think it's the biggest signing bonus of all time. Biggest guaranteed signing bonus of all time by the San Francisco 49ers. Was this kid worth it? Now, I need no bias from him over here because he's a 49ers fan. No. In my opinion, he's not. He's going to tell you why he is. Here's why. Yes, he's been to the Super Bowl and lost. Yes, he went to Green Bay and came back in a negative 12-degree game. I understand why they did it. $60 million because his agent is really good. $120 million investment over 7 years, but it is a team-friendly contract. I think it's just saying too much a little too early. I maybe would have thought, if it was me, I maybe would sign him. He is a running quarterback. To me, it's a liability. And in football, it's a meat factory. They can cut you whatever they want. They don't have to give you your money. The only thing that is guaranteed is the thing that says guaranteed money. So I would, of course, keep him 3-4 years, even if he has to ride the bench if he suffers a major injury. I think it's too large an investment too fast when he had time. I think I would re-sign him to a 2-year extension. $50 million guarantee, $50 million contract, 45 guaranteed. But who am I to say I'm not the owners? I think they had a huge belief in the kid. I'm glad they made the move. It was a little steep. It's very risky. It's a huge investment. They want to see a ROI, of course, immediately. And the pressure about $60 million guaranteed, that's all everybody's going to talk about all year. And he's going to have to deliver on every throw and have 120 quarterback rating and 4 touchdowns a game, 2 on the ground, because that's how people in football's head is blown up. Oh, you're $62 million? Well, you're picking up all the bills, and we're going to have to win every game. And under Coach Jim Harbaugh, there's a lot of pressure on Harbaugh. There's a lot of pressure on his quarterback team. There's a lot of pressure on the offensive line to keep this boy healthy. And I think the stakes to rattle this team just enough just got lifted. That contract was just a little too much, and I think it might weigh down on the team. Now, Maul, this is your opportunity to kind of counter what I'm saying and give me your opinion about why they made this investment and why it's good for the 49ers. Because I don't even got to ask if you think it's good or not.
No, it's not the fact that it's not good, but you have to look at the other quarterbacks where they deserve it. And if you just base Joe Flacco's one Super Bowl win, is he deserving of $50 million? That's the question. And then you got to look at Tony Romo. Was Tony Romo worth $55 million in guaranteed money, and he had a $100 million contract? And over his 8 seasons, and now you got 3 straight seasons of an 8-8. You got 1 playoff victory at all. Is he deserving of a $100 million contract on top of $55 million?
But
so if you look at Kaepernick's pedigree, what he did, and this is his 2 full seasons. This would be.
Well, he didn't play a full season. He played 12 games.
He played. No, he didn't even play 12 games.
10.
He played 10. So him coming on, Alex Smith, of course, with the concussion, they decided to go along with Kaepernick. So that wasn't a full season. So this would be his 3rd full season coming into this upcoming season. And now that everything is going to be proven whether he deserves this $120 million contract with 61 guaranteed. But I think just his pedigree, if you just look at it on paper, yes, he's deserving. As far as touchdowns, his completion percentage, down to and you did that with, I wouldn't say they had a formidable receiving core. Vernon Davis is a great tight end.
He got re-signed.
Yeah, of course he didn't get re-signed.
No, I thought
he's missing mini camps and everything. So they're in the process of restructuring his contract. So he's sitting out at this time.
Okay.
And if you look at Michael Crabtree, that was hurt, that came back in the second half of the season.
They wrote him.
And besides, other than that, it was just Anquan Bolden. Then you had to utilize Quentin Patton and other receivers that didn't work out, and he still managed to get to the NFC Championship.
Now give me Colin Kaepernick's receiving core right now.
Right now, and we just acquired number one, of course, is Anquan Bolden. Number two is Crabtree. Then in a slot, you will have Stevie Johnson, and I think
that's huge.
Yeah, that was really. I mean, we didn't have to sacrifice much, and it was a 4th round pick that we had to give up for Stevie Johnson coming out of Buffalo. So that was good. And we re-signed Brandon Lloyd. He was once a 49er. Now he's back.
He was a Patriot.
Yes, he was a Redskin also.
And of course you have Vernon Davis, who was under tight end, but he's really a wide receiver.
He's a 5th receiver,
right?
And then you have Bruce Ellington. He's making strides and progress, and you also have Quentin Patton, another one. You can use him for either one of them for special teams.
Okay. All right,
but
and
it's a very you can go out of 4 wide formation, and but I think it's to me is a very vulnerable receiving core.
Very
should be the only thing that we did lack, or we had deficiencies, was in the red zone. So the reason why we bringing in this talent and then we recruit.
Red zone requires bigger targets.
Yeah,
big targets. Anquan Bolden's big target. Vernon Davis big target. Crabtree big target.
I mean, like a Brandon Lloyd, Steven Johnson.
Brandon Lloyd, speed.
Yeah, Stevie Johnson. So, and then you would look at the running back.
So hold on. Explain to me about why this contract would be good for a team like this.
It would be good, like I said, because he's proven over the years, and I mean, him not even having 3-4 years in the league, and what he's accomplished.
Well, how successful he's been as a teammate, as successful he's been as a cog in this wheel with his team to get them to these NFC Championship games
in the Super Bowl. I think, man, as far as his, you look at his playoff pedigree, everything he accomplished since he took over. I mean, the starting role from Alex Smith. I think he was deserving. Over any other quarterbacks that had $100 million.
Over this past year, who did they lost the NFC Championship game?
To the Seahawks.
To the Seahawks.
Yes.
What were they lacking that they addressed this offseason?
Yeah, like I said, red zone efficiency.
Okay, because what was the score of that game?
That score of that game was 23-17.
23-17, so it was basically a touchdown away. Going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So basically, it was just getting an offense with enough firepower to get through Seattle.
They would have actually.
They'll be there. Seattle
they would have actually
all
completed that pass in the end zone to Crabtree, which was a little overthrown by Kaepernick.
Right.
If he was slightly accurate, I think he could have completed that pass. But other than that, that would have won a game for the 49ers if it had been 24-23.
Okay. Absolutely, yeah. I think they did. They addressed a lot of those issues. All right, so we got the Colin Kaepernick question out the way. Now we're going to talk about a couple of rookies in the NFL, starting off with Johnny Football and Jadeveon Clowney. Whom, in your eyes, will have the better career?
Of course, Johnny Football.
Johnny Football? I say Jadeveon. Why? Because Jadeveon is less of a health risk.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Plus, Jadeveon is the starter right now.
He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He has so much to prove. Like all the naysayers.
You talking about Johnny? Or you talking about
no, I'm talking about Jadeveon Clowney.
Even though he moved the linebacker?
Yeah, he has a lot to prove. He's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. All the naysayers, everyone that say, because I thought Khalil Mack was, and I still think Khalil Mack's the better.
Khalil want to go? Where do you want to go?
Khalil Mack.
Buffalo. I have no idea. I forgot. He wasn't really the big focus was
Johnny Jadeveon, but he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder, and I think he has more to prove to everyone that say, they question his heart, they question his motor, and everything. And I mean, his ability to get off of blocks, to shed blocks. Yeah. So there's a lot that they question from him. So I think he is going to.
I think they question his motivation,
his motivation, everything, his motor. And I mean, his ability to shed blocks and everything like that. But his pure sheer talent, can't take that away from him.
Do you think Johnny Football will get the starting position in Cleveland? Of course. Okay. And when do you think he'll have that position by?
No, he'll have it. He'll start.
He'll start a regular season.
Start a regular season.
I don't know. I see Hoyer
going you think of it not only in OTAs, but when they actually start training camp and even in preseason.
Okay. I think, excuse me, it's getting late. I don't know about Johnny Football based on size. I said in my last reaction video, I won't get into it too deep. I wish him the best. I do think he has a ton of upside. I think he's a very smart individual. I think he's a very bullheaded individual and will take what he wants. But in this league, when you have people like Jadeveon Clowney and Patrick Willis and give me another enforcer, man, this cat that came from your team and went to Buffalo. What's his name? Dante Hittner.
No, he didn't go to Buffalo. He went to
No, New Orleans, Cleveland. No, Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm all over the place. I'm wrong.
Yeah, he went to Cleveland.
He went to Cleveland. These guys land on people. I just think he gets introduced to the wrong pair of shoulder pads, man. It'll kind of be like the Rashard Mendenhall treatment. When Ray hit Rashard Mendenhall, broke his collarbone and never bounced back.
He's very tough. For him to be an undersized quarterback, he says he's 6 feet tall. Mm-hmm. But, him being an undersized quarterback, he is tough. He's proven he can take
To me, I don't see Johnny Manziel making it as a starter of the season. I wish him the best with his career. Maul sees him starting by the beginning of the year and doing profound numbers in his rookie year. Do you think he'll be offensive rookie of the year if he does start?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think Jadeveon will be defensive rookie of the year?
Yeah, he has a possibility.
I do. All right. And was there anything you wanted to touch on in the NFL that you thought that you were going to the spotlight on? No. Here we go. All right. New England Patriots, San Francisco 49ers. Indianapolis Colts, Denver Broncos. Why am I saying these teams? Because I think these are the final four. Some of the teams that will be in the final four out of NFC and AFC.
NFC, of course, the 49ers being in equation along with the Seahawks.
Along with the Seahawks. I'm sorry, the Seahawks. I think it's going to boil down to another Broncos Patriots.
Green Bay and
I didn't
not really Green Bay, but I think they'll come out of that division. They'll win at North.
If they can stay healthy.
And you have to account for Carolina Panthers. There's a few teams in the NFC, and it's going to be tough, but I still think it's between the 49ers and the Seahawks that's going to come out of that actual conference.
Not the NFC. Not the AFC, who do you see?
I see either the Denver Broncos or the Patriots, but I see the Patriots coming out of the AFC.
I think the Patriots, but since I say we because I'm a Patriots fan, with Reeves and Chancellor, even though Chancellor has a served 4-game suspension. Oh, Brown? Oh, man, I'm all over the place, I apologize. Brandon Brown has a service 4-game suspension, which kind of saved on his legs a little bit, and really are building a formal adversary for the Broncos. The Broncos super loaded up. I don't know if that necessarily means chemistry, and that gets things clicking. But we'll see what happens. But Peyton is always a scary opponent. He is getting older, and I don't think he's lost a step at all. Tom Brady is getting older. I don't think he's lost a step at all. I actually think that they're getting better with age, as weird as that sounds. They're one of those weird teams that keep just getting better.
This is the last hurrah. This is the opportunity. The same thing I say about the 49ers.
If it doesn't happen this year, at least a Super Bowl appearance.
If it doesn't happen this year for the 49ers or the Patriots, even if they were to meet, Tom Brady can go out on his high horse and win a fourth championship, or Kaepernick can win his first one. But I think for both teams, this is the perfect season
to see a New England Patriots.
And
I think that's what everybody wants to see. Patriots, 49ers.
I don't think, if the 49ers don't do it this year, it's going to be a while before they go back when they always going to be contenders. But I think for Tom Brady, this is his last run. This is his last opportunity to win a big game. He had other opportunities against, of course, the Giants, but fell short. But I think this is his best season. He can.
Well, this is it, man. Everybody at Patriots Nation, let's make this push. Everybody at 49ers Nation, get behind your quarterback for the future. Colin Kaepernick, number 7, and wish him the best. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, logging on, subscribing. I want to thank you all for coming through. Give me that knowledge, and get ready for next week. We're going to have some more stuff for you. And like I said, when you listen to the Worldcast, there's no place you can predict where I'll be next or what I'll be talking about. We're going to cover it all. Leave me some comments, and I'll get right back at you. Shoot me an email, I'll get right back at you. Thanks for tuning in.